out some Love After Lockup updates. First, starting off with Emily and Dauri. Dauri finally got out of prison just a few weeks ago, and Emily posted a picture with him in the car driving around with a little heart emoji. So he has finally crossed the finish line. I bet they're both so happy. And now let's talk about Rick and Samantha. We really haven't heard much about these two since they were on the show. Rick claimed that he had filed for divorce, and the divorce was not finalized, but they're like in the process of going to different hearings and trying to work everything out. And Samantha actually came into a Love After Lockup Facebook group, and she left a comment. She said, "Hi, I'm Samantha. You may remember me from Love During Lockup Season 5. I was just released, and I will be going to mediation in a few days to discuss the progress of the divorce with Rick. The show does not portray me as the person I truly am. I will be launching a jewelry business, book, and podcast soon." And another cast member we haven't talked about in a minute is Sheree. Someone asked her on IG, is Boy from the show out of jail? And she said he's been home for 4 months already. A private life is a peaceful life. So I guess they're keeping the relationship business on the down low for now. And Colleen, this is the girl that Latisha allegedly stole over $11,000 from. She finally had her day in court with Latisha, and she ended up posting after the court date. She said next week the entire facts and truth will all come to light. I'm not worried about a person that gets served by the sheriff while trying to defend a lawsuit. So she showed up for this lawsuit with Colleen and got served with another lawsuit. So at the court hearing, Colleen went to try to sue Latisha for the money that she allegedly stole. And she went to the court hearing, and Latisha actually showed up. She had a court-appointed attorney, and she ended up counterclaiming, and she is trying to act like she now wants to sue Colleen, and she's trying to go after her for like damages for defamation, and she was trying to get like $350,000 and saying that that's the amount that Colleen's made her lose in business. And she also was claiming that Colleen breached the contract because she was impatient. But the thing is, this happened like over a year or two ago, and you've had all this time to make it right, and you still haven't done it. Since Latisha countersued, they have to move the case to a district court now. And now that it's being moved to a district court, a requirement for that is you have to have a lawyer that you hire yourself, not one that's given to you by the courts. So Latisha has exactly 1 week from November 7th. So I think the next court date is November 14th. So she has until then to hire a lawyer and transfer this case to the district court. And if she does, then on November 14th, she'll present her case to the judge. If Latisha does not hire her own lawyer by then her counter lawsuit will be dismissed, and on November 14th, the judge will be making a decision on the lawsuit that Colleen has against her. And Colleen, all week long, she has been posting different receipts of people who have reached out to her claiming that Latisha has got over on them. So one person said, Colleen, that's her company, and shared a screen grab of the Boss Tax and Accounting Services. And they said, they scammed me and I got audited in 2021. They took my taxes for 2 years behind what her company did. Then Colleen said, and another one, shaking my head. And this was all within like just a few day period that she posted these. And someone said, hello, beautiful. I'm looking at your page and I too have been scammed by Latisha. She got me for $1,500 and she told me she could help me open a business and I had to give her $3,000 up front. She said I would get a business loan and she said if something would happen and it doesn't fall through, she would give me a full refund. Well, I still don't have a business and she kept my money. And then she posted another screenshot of some messages she got. She said, another Latisha victim. Feel free to continue reaching out to me. But for those who haven't or feel uncomfortable, I also am attaching the detective that is working on all the cases / past caused by this con artist. They say, good afternoon. I'm not sure if my info will help you at all. I got my taxes done by Latisha's company 2 years ago. They charged me $1,000 and then messed with the numbers. So last year, I owed the state $700 because they falsified my business tax numbers with no proof of the income they said when the IRS asked. I had no idea they even filed business taxes for me because when they asked if I wanted to, I told them no. And I went to file my taxes this year. I had called the company to ask for my transcripts from the year they did them, and the lady that answered said that we switched systems and no longer had any of my information on file. It was like they never did my taxes. I never pursued anything through the courts but thought it might help your case. Okay, how are you going to have a tax business and not keep previous clients' information and paperwork? Hope posted a picture of herself smoking a Black and Mild, showing herself in her blonde girl era. And then somebody posted in the Love After Lockup Reddit and said, I owe all of you an apology. I am somewhat responsible for Heather and Dylan's casting. They said in early 2019, I went to visit a friend of mine who is in a low security prison in Joliet, Illinois for selling drugs. I was there for several hours, so we were talking about a range of topics. I'd become a recent fan of Love After Lockup and told my friends about it, and we laughed about the concept, and I told him about some of the couples. This must have been around seasons 1 or 2. And while I was there, I also noticed a very buff and attractive man at a table near us with a woman who looked a bit trashy but pretty. Most of the other visitors were kids or parents, so they definitely stood out to me. Overall, it was a nice visit considering the circumstances. Flash forward to a couple months later, my friend and I were still in contact over phone and letters, and he told me that he had told his cellmates about Love After Lockup. One of the cellmates seemed really interested, and they reached out to producers. They were all set to be released in the coming months, so definitely they were thinking about post-prison life. My friend told me his cellmate Dylan was pretty crazy, but he thought he would be good on TV. He was a model and he had this on and off girlfriend Heather, but she seemed serious about him as she would visit him all the time. And she also got like the man's name tattooed on her like 20 different times and is still yet to cover up a single tattoo. His girlfriend Heather seemed serious about him as she would visit him all the time. My friend told me that he had been casted, and obviously I could not wait to see their season air. Once it finally did, I couldn't believe how crazy it was. My friend could only tell me so much for legal reasons, and I think wanting to give Dylan the benefit of the doubt, they were still friends on the outside for a while. But yeah, I guess Heather was absolutely unhinged from the start of filming, and they had to stop because it was so dangerous and she was clearly on drugs. My friend let me know that they had broken up and he was dating a new girl, Marissa. I think most of Dylan and Heather's lives post Love After Lockup has been well documented here and other places. However, I randomly stumbled upon this sub today, not a very active Reddit user, just occasional lurker, and decided I would share this tidbit. I will try to remember other details from that time or ask my friend for more info if he's comfortable sharing. Quite a few people commented under this post. One person said, if this is true, don't apologize to us, apologize to Xavier. She's holding him hostage right now. And this person's like, look, I used to live in Chicago, but I'll be visiting. Maybe I should do some boots on the ground investigating. And someone else said, from what I understand, Marissa was always his person, and they're on and off. During one of the off periods, Heather weaseled her way in there. That is absolutely true. Heather tried to rewrite history and make this narrative that Marissa stole Dylan from Heather, but Heather really stole Dylan from Marissa after Marissa left Dylan when he went to prison. And then they said, and it's gross because I think Marissa, was like 16 when she got involved with that mess. And if that lifestyle has brought her financial success, she's not going to get out of it until it really hurts her, and that sucks. Then someone else said Heather's version is Marissa was her friend and basically swooped in and stole Heather's life after they broke up. Marissa has confirmed exactly what you said, and it really is sad Marissa has been wrapped up with Dylan since she was a teenager. It's really dysfunctional relationship, and Dylan has been arrested. Okay, and they talk about his multiple DV arrests, and maybe that makes sense why it's harder for them to leave each other alone, since that's probably the longest, most serious relationship that they've had all their lives, but it sounds like one of the most toxic ones too. They had broken up again for a while recently. Well, it wasn't for a while, it's more like a few days, but it looks like they're already back together because Dylan has been back to posting her on his Facebook after he claims she hacked his Instagram and deleted his Instagram and OF. I know he started another page, but he has to now build it from the ground up. And he was posting pictures with her, and he's been posting like a lot of throwback pictures on his Facebook with all these different quotes and trying to give people advice. And why is it always the people that should be the last ones giving people advice always seem to be the ones that want to give everybody advice? Because that's how I feel with Dylan. While we're talking about Dylan, I just want to bring up a short update with Heather. If you've been following Heather, then you guys probably already are aware of this, but I don't think I ever announced this in any of my updates video. But Heather's daughter, her 18-year-old daughter, is pregnant with a baby girl. So she kind of just like repeated the cycle like Heather did, had kids young. And it's actually with a boyfriend, though, that she's been with for a while. But Heather showed up to the gender reveal, and she is going to be a grandma. And I'm sure she's going to use that to milk the hell out of some donations, because we know how much she loves to use her kids for donations. Just imagine now that she has a grandchild. She's going to be like, my grandchild needs this, that, and all this, and next thing you know, we're gonna see her showing up with some new press-on nails and some Starbucks and some Bath and Body Works, because yes, we're homeless, but we gotta keep some Bath and Body Works candles to keep the tent or our corner on the street smelling good. So that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.